came into the call, you was talking about Triple G beat his ass.
Oh, it sucks for Lubin. He was a warrior though. That shit was a war. And shout out Fundora, man. He a fucking cheat code video game creator. And
return of Ryan Garcia versus Emmanuel Tago.
Passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with.
What's going on, guys? This is the Totally Blitz Fight Club. To show you where y'all come to watch this, get hella drunk, smoke hella weed, and talk about fighting. These are your hosts. I'm Paul. Pick and win. I'm Concha, and I got my shot poured up.
Hey, man, you already know how we come. It's that boy Kev. Fuck what you heard, so boy. But hey, man, fun $50 whoever can guess what meat I'm eating right now.
Meat?
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine meat.
he said meat. What?
What meat am I eating right now? $50. Drop the comments. $50. Whoever can get this. Mark, you want to try?
Fucking let me see. I can't even see.
Unless it look like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
Guess.
What, like ground beef? Ground turkey?
Nah, what you think, Paul?
I said Wolverine meat.
This is crispy duck.
Ooh.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, this shit hitting too.
He said crispy duck.
Somebody put me on this.
It does sound good. I'm not gonna lie.
Somebody put me on the Thai spot by school. But this shit is dumb fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. But that's my intro, bro. Who else we with today, man?
What's going on, y'all boys? You ain't know what it is. Mark, man.
Mark, man. I kind of like that.
Mark, damn, there you go.
No, but shit, bro. Over the weekend, too many fights to even keep account of. Fucking boxing was going crazy. UFC was going crazy. Stay tuned. We're gonna have a UFC recap episode later on today. But today we're talking boxing. We had, I don't even know how to say it. They say Dazin. Is it Dazin? Dazin?
It's the zone.
The zone. Oh, that's way better.
I noticed on the last episode, everybody said it their own way. And like nobody corrected anybody. I was like, okay, that's how we come.
The zone. I like that. So the zone.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's the zone.
Showtime. And Top Rank all had some top fights going on this weekend. Belts on the line, all the mayhem, whole bunch of drama. What fight do you want to jump into first, Kev?
The fight that motherfucking have to wake up at 8 in the motherfucking morning to watch. Damn, you motherfuckers. Why couldn't they wake up at 8 in the morning and we watch the game fight at 8?
That's what they usually do.
Not today, bro. Japan says y'all gotta do a deal with us, right? Fuck all that.
Yeah, they say y'all turn.
Nah, but Triple G versus Murata, bro. Headline banger. I thought it was a pretty good fight. What did y'all think? What's some takeaways? What did y'all see? How do y'all feel? I know y'all both was on Triple G.
Hey man, I had Triple G coming in, but he did show the age in like the first 4 rounds, but I mean, you don't even know if that's really age. It could have been rust because he hasn't fought, I think, in like 14 months, 16 months, something like that. So it's like he could have been a little ring rust, and he had to little break that in because he was taking some shots early, man. He was getting tied up. You could tell what's his name, Murata? That's how you say it?
Yeah, Murata.
Yeah, Murata. So you could tell what kind of game plan he came in with the fight, and like he was trying to work the body. He hurt Triple G in the body, man. You could tell Triple G was taking some deep breaths and like trying to back away and catch him and like get himself together for a moment.
This is all early in the fight, correct? Because
the first 4 rounds, Murata was. You could tell the game plan he was coming at him with, and like he was working his body, and he tagged Triple G plenty, like cleanly, like pretty easily. Like Triple G had like no real defense in the first like 4 rounds, and it was just easy to head up. And maybe that could have been the ring rust, but after that, once Triple G started getting it going, took off, man. Them punches started hurting Murata, but he just broke him down slowly and TKO. All right, what they threw the
they threw the towel in. Yeah, no, to to pinpoint, I think it was exactly the 6th round when shit turned around for Triple G. And when that shit turned around, Kev, what happened?
I'm high as shit right now. Tell me.
Oh, you're talking when you came into the call, you was talking about Triple G beat his ass.
Oh,
I was waiting for you. I thought you were just coming. Oh, yeah, bro, you started whooping his ass.
Is that
you funny.
I'm thinking, is that like an exact thing I missed now? But Triple J fucked bro up, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to see the Canelo and Triple G fight no more. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like Triple G. I like him being 40 or 40, blah blah blah. One. Go ahead, retire like that. But Triple G did his thing, man. I like how Marcus threw the ring rust thing in there because I'm not gonna lie. I was at the house thinking like, damn kid, you kind of old, kid. You were getting tagged up a little piece for real, but like
40?
But he run it unanimously, right? Oh no, they threw the towel.
No, they threw the towel in.
But nah, he's motherfucking. I wonder how much longer he got because like he can only just fight better competition at this point.
Yeah, with I thought like Murata was winning it. I was feeling good because I was the only one talking. Like I know Marcus said that there was a shot for Murata to win and stuff like that, but personally, I was like, for a big dog, like let's do this, start this shit off early. I'm feeling good. But come that 6th round, felt like Triple G got his timing right, his footwork back, and he was uncomfortable in the beginning with those power shots, but man, fucking. And then but come 6th round, he hit Murata with a fucking mean right hook, as Kev would say. He stole his ass, and then from there, it sparked the whole offense. After that right hook landed, that kind of stopped Murata from feeling like comfortable in all those toe-to-toe exchanges. They just started fucking hitting him with some jabs and then an uppercut, then ducking out, never getting touched. He would hit him with a mean jab, getting close, uppercut, and right through the
Murata
defense.
had no defense, bro. He had no, like, that's one thing. Like, he just was, he didn't know what to do when he started getting hit. He just had no defense to him, and it just was so easy to hit.
He was so worried about the jab. Come like the 7th, 8th round, he kept his guard too high, and then like I said, a Triple G uppercut. Like your guard's this high up, he would just tag him like right here, and his hands couldn't block it. Murata looked exhausted.
Brought back that OG jab. He brought it back. That's what he need.
And then come 8th round, Triple G kept hitting the combos and bunches. Murata just couldn't do anything about it. Like it really was just him standing there and get hit 2-3 times and then try to throw like an overhand right as Triple G's getting out, and it would whiff. It would land early on, especially the body shots were landing early on, but come that later round, nothing was landing. Shout out Murata though. He was still a warrior. You can tell, like he looked up, he even said, "I'm sorry" to the trainer. He said, "I'm so sorry." Like that shit was some true warrior spirit. Now my question is, cause I saw some people talking about this on another podcast and it kind of sparked me. I know it's just one win and it's been a layoff, but is Triple G ranking into the top pound for pound, not top 5 or anything, but do you think he has a case to be in that pound for pound ranking right after? It has been a layoff and he did just come off of just one win, but he was at one point number 1 on a lot of people's list till Canelo.
I mean, you could argue definitely he could be probably in the top 10 for sure. I think some people still out there still have him in the top 10, but he really, I think he needs to go after that. Maybe.
But
I mean, maybe, yeah, I still would, but it's hard, bro. Just because, like, he needs to, like, there's guys like Charlo and the Boo Boo, Andre, like, those are the other guys in the 160 with belts. So, like, if he fights those guys, but he's going after Canelo. I don't know if Canelo's gonna be like his last fight, or if he's gonna want to keep going after that, or move up to 168. But I think he definitely for a 40-year-old, he definitely looked good. I think he could fight Canelo and give him fits, because I think he's gonna train a lot. I think he's gonna approach that fight a lot different than he would this one. So I think he's still gonna come at it. But one thing, man, Canelo's gonna hurt him with those body shots. He was getting hit with those body shots. Canelo's gonna hurt him with those, man. He's gonna drop him.
Yeah,
but Triple G has never been dropped before, so it's like, can he go down? But man, the way he was getting tagged, I know Triple G got that chin, but that boy was getting tagged, and I just feel like Canelo right now could
drop him.
Really, yeah. Like, I would put my money on Canelo, but I feel like Triple G is gonna still put up a good fight, but I mean, I don't know about the pound for pound. Maybe like top 10 for sure, but I mean, Josh Taylor did just lose, so you could probably definitely after this win, that was definitely for sure slam dunk Hall of Fame though. After this win, like that man's he's a fucking goat.
What about you, Kev? Pound for pound, you cracking the top 15?
Top 15 probably for sure, low key. Maybe even top 10. I might be
or
sleeping.
top. Is it top 10 for pound for pound? I know UFC they do top 15.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's usually like more like top 10, but there's you can still say that top 15, top 20 range. But
what about you, Kev? He cracking that top 10?
Top 15, definitely. Top 10, woo.
Gets a little hazy.
There's a lot of good fighters in the world, man. Like 4 of them are heavyweights. Like there's a lot of good fighters. Nah, I'm not lying. 2 of them are heavyweights. Like there's a lot of good fighters in the world. So like top 10, you just gotta beat somebody while you're old. Like, cause like, Manny Pacquiao, he came back, he was doing his thing. But I don't know if everybody can really give him respect till he like beat Thurman. So
right.
it's just you just gotta beat somebody with a belt at this point. Just do that. And but Brett looks like he's going for Canelo, and that's a tough fight. So it's tough. Like today he's not in the top 10, but tomorrow I might see a highlight. He might go back to the top. He might be back in the top 10 for me. But next week I might see some old Deontay Wilder highlights. And I'm like, damn, man, Wilder in the top 10. I'm just saying Fury probably like number 3. Like, while in the top 10, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the in and out. I'm gonna just be playing the game like that, playing the gamble.
Okay. No, I agree. I don't think he's top 10 anymore just because of age, and he's that long layoff. We only saw one fight, so it's hard to automatically put him in top 10, but I still think he's definitely like that top 15. Like he's still fringe worthy, like Kev's kind of he's right on that fringe.
He do got a couple belts now, so that's one thing
on him.
The belts do talk. All right, guys, and I got another shot poured up going to our next fight card. It was over in Showtime Boxing. Oh, cheers, my guy. Cheers.
We call it shot time over here.
Shot time. I'm gonna send that boy Marcus a bottle. We're doing like great.
Right.
That boy on training mode.
Yeah, right. Okay, he's busy training right now. We can't have no tainted substances. Showtime. The headline card was Lubin not Lubin. That's coming up soon. We got Ryan Garcia's return versus Manuel Tago. But before we hop into that, we're going to talk about 2 of the cards that are on the main card. First one being Esparza versus Fujioka. 46-year-old champion going against a woman in her prime right now. And honestly, I thought it was a close-ass fight. Esparza came out the first round, landed a few heavy. Like, she was overall the bigger fighter. I don't know if that's her normal fighting style. Like, she looked like the Andy Ruiz of women's fighting. Like, she was, but no one made any comments about it. So I just maybe that's just how she's built. She has that weight. That's how she's built. And
girl.
But Fujioka came out with that volume, bro. For the first few rounds, that's throwing all the pace that's coming and everything. She was to me, it looked like she was trying to make it into a war. Like, we're not just boxing. I'm gonna make this into a brawl. Like, fuck all the angles and all that shit. We're just gonna duke it out. And Esparza was trying to. She would land counter punches, but she still was getting caught up in the middle. Fujioka would get on the inside, tag her up, get out, but she was getting caught with a few heavy punches. So it was kind of like volume versus power punches. Like, who you siding with on those early rounds? And even the commentator, I don't know who she was, but I guess she's a champion women's boxer at that weight, and she has beaten Esparza in the past, and she was just saying Esparza is looking like a power puncher right now. She's not doing nothing for her footwork, no angles, no nothing. And I saw it. Like, she looked like she was just looking to knock her out. And come to late rounds, I think Fujioka started getting a little tired and shit like that. She's a little older, but she was still throwing a lot of volume. But Esparza was just landing a lot more power. And it was just you could tell who was winning those rounds. But the craziest thing about this fight, bro, is Esparza just straight up and tackled Fujioka. like fucking round 4. She goes in for the clinch or whatever, dirty boxing, gets the hug, but she just her sloppy ass fell over and then like dropped. They all fell, and even the commentator was like, "What the fuck?" But I'm new to boxing. Have y'all ever seen someone like on accident? Does someone just straight up like Goldberg spear a motherfucker in the boxing ring?
Yeah, man. There's some people that's gone tackled outside the ring before.
Sheesh. At least on the ring, I would like it's not a far fall. But if I fall all the way out the ring, bro, you're gonna need the paramedics, bro. I'm winning that fight by disqualification.
I'm gonna be pissed. That's crazy. No, you can't tackle me out of the ring. That's crazy.
Nah, that's crazy. I just want to know, what do you do after that? You got to get up and beat their ass after that. Like, you got to go ham. Like, bitch, you just try to fucking tackle me. No, I have seen somebody like take somebody down in a boxing clip on Twitter one time.
Esparza did apologize, but like still, he tackled me.
All right. Fucking tackle me.
No, but the biggest thing was Esparza won this fight. One of the judges gave the fight a 190-180 to Esparza, and I think this was the first time I genuinely watched the fight start to finish, and I saw boxing judges just completely just robbed. Like, I know she still lost the fight, but even the commentator was just like, that was complete disrespect to Fujioka. Like, I don't like, what the fuck did they see? But I agree she lost the fight, but she didn't lose every single round. Like, there was like no way.
Sounds like boxing.
Next fight on that main card, I did a lot of talking, so I'm gonna hand it over to my two co-hosts here. We have Shane Mosley Jr. versus Gabriel Rosado. Who wants to hop on it first?
I got this. Damn Paul. Damn that man Paul. I for Mosley.
Damn, I knew this was coming.
Mosley. I was Team Mosley. I was like, hey, yo, Shane, you got this. I'm rooting for you. No, I don't care what your dad done did. You about to do something. This man, but my connection wasn't working. That man Paul said, man, Rosado, y'all over here talking about some man, Rosado a dog. Hey, Rosado coming out here looking like a gangster. I'm gonna be like, fuck. For real? I'm gonna be like, for real? For real?
He's looking like he's coming off Murderer's Row right now, bro.
I'm waiting to get my internet not working. I'm trying to get this shit set up, and I just say, fuck it. I'm gonna go Rosado. I'm trying to get a dub. Y'all motherfuckers. Shane. I'm not gonna say Rosado got like walked or nothing crazy like that, but like Shane Mosley came in and he fought his best fight. Like, he really did what he had to do to get that dub. And that boy went crazy.
Man, he definitely put on a little performance, man. That's definitely by far his best fight. And shit, shout out Rosado, man. He'd be taking tough L's after tough L's, but he just keep it pushing, man. But shit, Lil Mosley did his thing, and see where he can take it from here. He showed little flashes of his pops in there a little bit, a little piece.
Yeah, but from like the 4th round, he hit him with some heavy shit. I think it was what he hit. I think it was an uppercut and a right hook combo that really had him like stunned. And then it was just rinse and repeat for the rest of the rounds. It was just over and over again.
Working them angles on him.
My question is, do you think that maybe his best performance is due to his dad being back in his corner?
Yeah, definitely, because that's why I seen a little bit of just like the little angles he would take and the little movements he would take in here and there, like kind of like you could tell that's like something he picked up from his dad, and that's probably what he needs in his camp is his dad consistently in there, and even if he's not his main trainer, but just being a voice in his corner or just a voice in the gym that, you know, that could probably take him to maybe the championship level.
I like when that's just when that shit works, because like that's pretty tough. Like having a father as your coach and shit. Because like you look at Roy Jones Jr., he said he had to fire his dad, and not maybe to fire his dad. That's the word to use, but that's what happened. And then like, and then you see the beef. We seen the beef that Floyd. If you ever watch 124, I don't care what part. If you ever watch 124/7 episode, Floyd and his dad, Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Sr. was fucking 24/7.
Yeah.
I like to see when that shit works and helps and actually builds. Because that's good. Because when you think about it, that's somebody that's seen you fight your entire life. Knows a lot of your weaknesses, especially somebody from that level. That level dissected as well as the Shane Mosley is good. Like you don't have to be the main trainer, but like it's good to see him as a voice.
Yeah, just a voice in the gym would be helpful.
Yeah, no, and I don't know. I want to see what Rosario does after this, because in this fight he looked like he was just a counter, like he was just waiting to land one big shot, and he usually is known for some like a nice boxing skill, setting up some combos. So maybe it was just because Mosley had all that pressure on him, he couldn't do much, or is he just kind of like mailing it in and just kind of now just being known for power? I want to see that.
That's interesting. But
Probably gonna take another big fight.
Probably knowing him.
Yeah, that's all he takes.
But the main event of the night, the return of Ryan Garcia versus Emmanuel Tago. The crowd went wild. Nah, psych. I mean, it was almost a snooze fest, but how did y'all feel about this fight?
Man,
How do y'all feel about Ryan Garcia? Because he did overwhelmingly win the fight, but it was a fight to see how does his
he did what he had to do by at least bringing pressure, and like he dominated the fight. It was a clear, obviously. I think he knocked him down or he stunned him early, and from there it was a clean sweep, and it was just an easy win. But who the fuck is he fighting at the end of the day? Like, ain't no one. Like I feel like he's past that point. I know he's coming off a layoff, and then just the way he approached the fight, he wasn't taking no angles. He was chasing around to go, whatever his name is, Tago. He was just chasing him around the ring. He wasn't cutting him off. He was just like, he has a real bad problem with slapping his punches. Like he's not like really setting them up. He's like, he does a lot of slapping, and like he does have that mean left hook, which is deadly, but like the way he was like throwing it just wasn't really effective. And like, especially for a guy like that, like he wasn't to go, whatever. He was tough, but I feel like it shouldn't have went like that. Or like it seemed like he was trying to use like what Canelo and them boys was like teaching him, or like when you get him on the ropes and use those feints to get in and all of that. But he just looked kind of like all over the place. Like he didn't really show much though at the same time. So I'm off the hype train. So I think he needs a couple more fights before he can contend with like the bigger dogs in the division, honestly, from that performance.
It's too late for that. Like even though I know it's boxing, you can have all the feed me fights you want before you fight for a belt. But even then, I think the social media presence is gonna be overwhelming for him to have to fight a Tank or a Haney, like whoever else is in that division afterwards, this like after these big fights coming up. But there's no more feed me fights because everyone wants the Tank fight, and I don't think, and if he's leaving the Mayweather stuff, maybe he gets it, but I don't think you can continue to fight these Tago type opponents for another year or two.
Terrible.
Kev.
Maybe like a guy like Aksha. I can't even say his name because I would say Jojo Diaz, but I just got an update. He's on he just got charged with some crazy shit. So I doubt he's gonna be fighting anytime. Yeah, he is some OD shit. I'm not even gonna say it, but he I guess he's not fighting, but that would have been a good little point. Just maybe like a former champ, or just see how that goes. Like to see maybe his new trainer, like really like maybe them picking up some stuff. That's what I want to see, because he didn't show nothing in that fight. Like he was just looking for the big knockout, and he looked like he was in like the gym or something. I don't know. It wasn't impressive, or like compared to like at least the other guys in the division.
Kev, you co-signing? How you feel on this one?
I don't think I'm ever allowed to co-sign with Marcus just because his analysis, just by looking at his shit, is way deeper than mine. Because mine is, damn, that boy got his ass. Damn, he's getting his ass beat on the ropes. Damn, that boy getting beat. Damn, he got stunned. Damn, that was what I was saying. What Marcus was. Damn, he's not taking no angles right now.
Is that what happened? Okay.
So like you see the difference. So I'm not allowed to co-sign. Like I feel like I feel like it's two different levels of contracts, and I don't think I have the clearance to sign up there. But I'm not the biggest Ryan Garcia fan, but I'm not the biggest Ryan Garcia hater either. I think he's a talented, and bro's 23. He's my age.
He is mad young.
He only has time to develop. He has time to learn. He's young. Everybody has TikTok.
And a lot of them follow him.
So I'm not gonna think I'm a big fan. I just know like bro's gonna only grow and develop. And he just needs to like, I feel like he's trying to feel out the division. He's not in a rush to try to take over the division because how stacked it is. He would much rather only have to fight like 1 or 2 per people and then just start doing the fences. So he's cool. I think his skill set is nice. He could definitely be doing more. But like I feel like he'll just approach better fights with better and with better technique and stuff like that and have better camps. Well, like, can't say I love him, but I can't say I love him, but I can't say I hate him either. So it's like,
No, my side of it is I'm not big on Garcia just because all the stuff he likes to talk, especially when he was on his mental breakdown and couldn't fight for a period of time. So, but I still just saw one guy dominate the other guy. I do agree though, Marcus, that he was just chasing him. It was kind of similar to that Baraga Rolls fight earlier this year where he didn't use the angles to cut him off. He didn't use the footwork that I guess he's not known for his footwork. So him fighting a subpar opponent and still not being able to showcase the one thing that a lot of people come at him about is a big deal. But all in all, you do got to point out that Tago or Tago, however you say his name, sorry for disrespect on if we're saying it wrong, but he didn't do anything. He didn't try to fight. He kept backstepping the whole fight. He didn't engage. I don't know the numbers, but I wouldn't be shocked if he threw under 10 punches in like a couple rounds. He just didn't really do much. And that is on Garcia because if you're a way better fighter, you should have cut off the ring. You should have showed the ring presence of an elite fighter, which he didn't show. But every single exchange, I don't think you can say anything wrong. Like he 100%. I don't think there was a single exchange that he got hit, at least with like a power punch that did anything, or or Emmanuel walked out of and won. I think Garcia won almost every exchange, no matter how you look at it. And he just needs to work on his footwork going forward. And that's something that I don't feel like you can say about a lot of fighters. Like, not a lot of fighters just have one thing that they need to work on.
Yeah.
Going forward though, give me Tank. Like I want to see the Garcia Tank fight like that, or not even just give me, like Marcus said, a previous champion, someone who isn't relevant in the division, not someone who's only fought twice out of their home country of Ghana. Like that's not like I understand it sells because you're Garcia and you have the best social media presence of almost any boxer right now, but.
Right.
We're going to be fed up, or at least I know I will be fed up after a while.
But I mean, I like Tank to hurt him just because, like, man, Garcia's just he just so up, like he stand tall, like unless he just puts in the work with his new coach, we'll see how that goes. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. But like you said, man, dude, to Tago, he ain't do shit in that fucking fight, bro. He just sitting there running around, backing up on the ropes, and I feel like you as a fighter, you sense that you gotta take him out. Especially he's been working with Canelo and Eddie. You gotta be able to, you gotta be able to know when to take someone out. So, I feel like if Tank would have fought Tago, Devin Haney would have fought Tago, Teofimo would have fought Tago, that shit would have been done. Even Devin Haney is not even a knockout puncher, but I still feel like Devin Haney would have put on a better performance. Like, I'm not saying Garcia put a bad performance, just for like the level he's supposed to be at. Nah, I know it's off a layoff, but I expect more. But it is what it is.
That was showtime, baby.
No, that's the zone, I think.
Oh, that was the zone. I apologize. I don't have all the broadcasts in front of me. I got a Drunken Paul's notes in front of me right now.
Duncan Paul's not. Yeah, the Lubin one is Showtime.
Okay, so that was another the zone broadcast. They did have two nice fights, but the one fight card that I think kind of stood above the rest and what everyone's still talking about right now was the Showtime card. Before we go into the Lupin versus Fundora fight, let's do a quick drive-by and talk about the Tony Harrison versus Sergio Garcia. Honestly, early round, like first 5 rounds, Garcia kept coming forward, but Harrison is just tagging him with a jab, using his reach very well, and his footwork is crazy. Just hitting him with a jab, maybe even a body shot, and is dipping out of there, not letting Garcia get on the inside, which is like Garcia is how he boxes. And then especially come the later, like right around that middle of the rounds, he's using his jab very well. He's not even just using the jab. He's using the jab feints to set up the trap to let Garcia come. And then he's laying the right hand on him. He's looking very sharp. Garcia gets way too close. He tags him with a combo. And what does he do? He gets the fuck out of there. Like he doesn't, like it was crazy because Garcia's an inside fighter. But the way that Harrison just set up the jab and even using feints to get him where he wants him, he just completely outboxed him. I think two of the judges had this 120-110. Like it was from start of the bell to the end of the bell, from the first bell to the last bell. Harrison dominated Garcia.
Yeah. That was a good performance by Tony, for real. And I think maybe he can get back in the mix at, I believe, 154. So
who did he lose to? Was it Charlo?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Charlo got his belt back from him.
Yeah, he did beat Charlo, so he's the dog. He's the only person to be able to say that.
Yeah, he did. He took Charlo's belt. I'm pretty sure Charlo was undefeated when he beat him, so he gave him his first L. So I mean, he's still a good fighter. Definitely, this could be a rebound right now. I'm putting on a good performance. So yeah, you don't want to see Fundora though.
And I want to see Garcia. Where does Garcia go from here? Because he's coming off a loss to Fundora now and a Harrison loss, and he was the European champ at 154.
Back down to the low cards, man.
He just got buried. Like this was probably the worst 6 months of Sergio Garcia's life.
I'm sure he'll still get a fight. His fight offers, but he probably won't see a title shot, especially with these young guys coming up in 154. So, and then you're gonna have guys from 147 moving up, and so it might just be done.
Right, you know. I
can't say done. I won't disrespect him. Like,
do you know what I tell him, Kev? You better go back to Europe, bro. Like you better go fight over in Europe. Like you better stay.
Like I'm sure he's probably gonna still pick up his wins here and there, and he might be a gatekeeper, but that's disrespectful. But you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is.
But on to the next fight, we had the main event of the night on Showtime. We had Lubin versus Fundora. Honestly, I think the best fight of all the boxing fights of all the night. Like this is the big bamboozle. Who wants to go first here?
Hey, I got this. Now that I'm back to life. You feel me? But motherfucking, this was a good fight. I didn't get to see a lot of it because I was really invested into the fight card, the UFC fight card. Especially, I feel like this fight came on when shit was getting good. But I got to see a lot of like jumping back and forth. So I got to see Lubin fall and Fundora fall. I got to see those uppercuts. This was a good fight. This was like back and forth. And like it just looks so crazy because of how long Fundora is. He looks like so lanky and just like a problem, like just a real tree. And I wish I had a fedora so I could be wearing it right now because that's how we come. Like, bro, automatically gotta have style and class off of that last name.
And Marcus, I know you've been talking about this fight since it started, before it started. So how do you feel about watching it?
Nah, man, this I've been waiting for this one just because I've been a big Lubin fan. Watching
Oh yeah, you did pick Lubin. I forgot. I was on Fundora.
Yeah, I
You was,
like
oh
Lubin for a while.
yeah.
Yeah, I like Lubin for a while too. So like, but then I already knew the problem Fundora caused, and I watched a couple of his fights on undercards, and like, no one can answer anything with him, and just the way he can fight in the inside, the way he likes to fight in the inside, he doesn't fight from the outside, and like he's just so long, his punches are right there, and like the uppercuts just kept eating, but it just like a magnet to Lubin's face, man. Like Fundora could land an uppercut whenever he wanted. And just like the fact how Lubin went in there, how his face came out, like it was crazy, bro, watching that shit. But Lubin, you gotta give it the credit to Lubin and his coach, Kevin Cunningham, I think it is. But they put on a great. They came out a great performance, man. He had a good game plan. I mean, maybe Lubin could have stayed on his outside foot more, but he wanted to fight in the inside. He wanted to bang with him, but Fundora just too long, bro. But Fundora eventually just started to pummel him. But that round 7 might be round of the year, fight of the year for sure so far. At least, you know what I'm saying? Like, for now it is. But round 7.
And that round 7.
That round 7, because I thought Lubin was about to get fucking. I thought the ref was gonna call it because Lubin was getting fucked up, low key. Like right before, out of nowhere, Lubin just caught him with a one shot that you could tell, like kind of like stunned him, and Lubin hit him with like 5, 6 like mean shots, and he had to take a knee. He didn't drop him, but he said he took the knee, and he had to gather himself. And I applaud him for that because that's a veteran move to take the knee. Get up, get composed, and he from that point on, he looked fresh after that. Like I mean, not fresh, but like you could tell it didn't really affect him. He got right back to work. So, but that round 7 was insane. It sucks for Lubin. He was a warrior though. That shit was a war. And shout out Fundora, man. He a fucking cheat code video game creator, and he going. I feel like he caused problems for anyone. And I put my money on him in any fight just because of the problems he gives. He might not be the best fighter at 154, but just the problems he gives, man, I like him against anyone.
Hey, bro. And so yeah, the 7th round, Fundora had it early. He hit him with some mean uppercuts, but then Lubin, like you said, just came out and like after like halfway through that round, his fucking body shot worked his body, worked him, hit him knee, and completely. But before that, the 3rd round as well, it looked like Lubin does this thing where like I won't say gives up the first half of the round, but he gets worked in like the first minute or so of the round, because 3rd round he got worked again, and then come to right before, like I swear, like 15 seconds before the bell, Lubin starts hitting him with some heavy shots. Like the whole 15 seconds of that last round was him hitting. So then you end that 3rd round like, damn, who won that round? Because he got beat up early. But then this is last, like it was you almost can like say like if he had 10 more seconds, maybe he drops Fundora type of dominance shown. So it was weird. And I liked Lubin too, but his chin, what did I say? The one weakness that he has is his chin. His face was pretty bad, but he got dropped twice, because the 2nd round was the first time he got dropped with a mean uppercut before the bell. And it was like, I think like 5 seconds left. So it didn't even matter. He's got up, all that stuff. And then, but it was a warrior. Like this was UFC had some wars going on, but boxing had a war going on itself. And this right here was the war you should not have missed.
That's what they were promoting too. That's the crazy part. Lubin had that Marvin Hagler theme. Like he had it on the back of his shirt, wrote war on it. That's what's his mentality going into training camp. So they definitely performed that war, but we'll see how he can bounce back from it.
But see, no, I love this fight because it's similar to Gilbert Burns and Chimaev, just because Lubin was probably the higher prestige right now, like where he's at, where he was at in the rankings and who he has beaten, and he didn't need to take the fight. He could have sat on his ranking and just waited for a title shot. which he didn't do. He went out of his way to fight Fundora, who was probably 1 or 2 fights away from ever getting a title shot. But now after this last one, he's probably gonna get like propelled up. But like, it's similar in the way of like one was up and comer, one was a little bit already more pre-established in the division,
Right.
and neither one really needed to fight each other, but they did. So what's boxing gonna do with Lupin? Are they gonna drop him far in the rankings for fighting a fighter nobody wanted to fight, or are they gonna give him some credit and be like, hey, but we like that fighter is probably gonna be fighting for a belt next, so like we're not gonna make you drop far. Like, so I don't think, like, in UFC terms, I think Gilbert Burns dropped 1 ranking, whereas Chimaev moved into the 3 ranking right above him. So like they didn't discredit Gilbert Burns for losing that fight. So I don't think boxing world, I don't think that Lupin should really be discredited. I think he's probably should win 2 more fights before he's back in that combo. But
the only problem with Lubin is just he's gonna be considered, I want to say old, he's gonna be considered old in boxing years just because of the, like you said, his chin getting dropped. He's been knocked out in the first round. So like hopefully that doesn't affect him going forward, because he still is a young fighter. I still believe that he's in his like mid-20s, I want to say, or late 20s.
He has a lot
so
of
like
years in front of him.
Yeah, no, for sure. So like hopefully that doesn't affect him, but that he's been taking a lot of damage, but that's because he takes the good fights. But well, you gotta see how it plays out.
But that's honestly, and if y'all don't know, Jennifer Mayer won pretty dominantly in that other woman's fight against. So I don't even have it in front of me because I didn't even watch it, to be honest. I just kind of caught some clips about it, but it was another dominating win for her.
Oh look! Oh my bad.
I just wanted to touch on that because we did bring it up before.
Shout out Mayer, man. She's one of the best in women's boxing for sure. But I just looked up the rankings that they bumped up Fundora. This is just like overall rankings. I don't know about belts because they both can still be in line to maybe get a belt. But Fundora bumped up from 5 to 3, and then they dropped Lubin 3 to 5. So they kind of just switched spots.
I like that.
And then Tim Zhu, the one that we watched, member. He is at 4. Tony Harrison's at 6. So I mean, there's a couple options. Maybe Tony Harrison, Lubin. That'll be a good little interesting fight. Tim Zhu versus Fundora. That'll be pretty interesting to see. And then Jamal Charlo, Brian Castano, I believe they're gonna fight next, and that'd be unifying.
I like the investigative journalism there.
Yeah, sir. I had to pull up because I was like, I don't even really remember like the 154, but I forget Charlo and Castano, they got their rematch coming up. So they're the ones with the belts. So we gotta see how that plays out too.
Yeah, but that was all the fights that we had for boxing. Tune in because we also got the Spencer and Ugas fight coming up, or the Spence and Ugas fight coming up.
Yes, sir. April's a big month, man. The summer of boxing. It's boxing season now.
But
time to get hit.
But this was another episode of Totally Blitzed, bitch.
Got a problem with being problematic.